Hello guys, Ford F150 2006. On this truck we have a little problem with the headlights. Their high beam will not work all the time. Sometimes we can turn it on, but we cannot turn it off. Sometimes we cannot turn it on at all. And so we're gonna figure out what the deal is. I got a diagram, and here is a main relay for a high beam lights, and when we go down, here's the high beam here, and you can see that up over here we have a switch. So when we there's a switch, let's zoom in a little bit more. So we got a switch, we got a flash, and then a high beam, and then has a fuse 40-20 amp, goes down to a switch. From the switch will go down to a control side of the relay. Load side of the relay is hot all the time, and once it's closed it will give the power to relay 35, and then from the relay 35 is going to give the power down to a light bulbs, which they're grounded all the time. The control side of the relay is grounded all the time, so it's a powered side switched, as you already know. And now we need to figure out, do we have a problem on the switch or do we have a problem on the relay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little adapter. I'm going to show you guys what kind of adapter I'm going to use. We're going to take the voltmeter and we're going to adapt it here and here on these two pins, okay? And then we're going to use a voltmeter, and when we turn a switch to on position we should see 12 volts. When we turn the switch off to off position, of course we should see 0 volts. Now if we see 12 volts and lights are not coming on, then we could have a bad relay. If we turn the switch on and we have a 0 volts, then we have a problem on the switch. So let's get the adapter, and let's switch. The relay is actually right in here, in this fuse box here. So I'm gonna get some light. I'm gonna pull this panel off. Here's the panel. Take the cover off. And there's a little tab. Pull that out, and my relay is this relay here. That relay, right? I'm gonna pull the relay out. Okay. Now, adapter I'm gonna use is this one, and you can buy these. They're pretty, maybe at 30-40 bucks. Now what I did here, actually, I soldered some wires on it and put a female banana adapters on it. I'm always having a hard time to identify a load side and control side of the relay. So what I did on other adapters, I did the same thing. Red and black wire is always my control wire, and green and blue is my load side. Okay, so this is the control side of the relay, this is the load side of the relay. Now I'm interested to check my control side of the relay. That's going to give me an answer if I have a bad relay or do I have a bad switch. Now the nice thing about this system, I can actually check my circuitry as well as check the relay. So now I'm going to install the relay inside this adapter. Okay. And as I said, this is how they, like this pin 80, 88 and 85 is for control side, but it's kind of like, this is the way we have to install this adapter. It's really hard to get to these wires, so to these pins, but having the wires like this, it makes it so much easier, and you don't have to think what's the load side, what's the control side. I know right away, and I really don't care right now. What I want to see when I turn the switch on, I want to see 12 volts. When I turn the switch off, I want to see 0 volts. Now if I turn the switch to on position and I have 12 volts as I said, and that means my relay is energized. Then I have to check my control side of my load side of the relay. Now if I turn the switch to off position and I see 0 volts, then I know my switch did turn the control side, but my lights are still on, then my relay is stuck in a closed position. So let's just install this here, and now I'm going to take the voltmeter and I'm going to connect my leads. I'm going to put the volts DC, and I'm just going to connect my leads to black and red lead on my adapter. It doesn't really matter what lead goes where. So here and here. Okay. So right now we have 0 volts as we should. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn the switch and see what we got. Okay, and the lights. Alright, so we got the low beam, and now actually I'm in on position, but my high beams are not on, and I'm having actually 0 volts on my, so this tells me right away that my switch is not, it's not turning on my relay. Now I can have a problem on the load side of the relay. Let's see if I can. This is in on position, this is off. Let's see. There you go, now it's working. Now the lights are on. You can see on the dash, and now you can see that I have 13.9 volts. Now this time switch did turn my lights on. It did work. Now if I say sometimes it happens, I will not turn it off, so let's go to off position. Now it's off, and back on. Now it's working. I'm going to just flip and see if it start acting up again. There you go, now I'm in off position, but the lights are staying on. Now my relay is energized, which means my switch is now stuck it's in off position, but it's stuck on. So now if I push forward, that's when so this should be on, but it was on as it was in this position. So you can see right now I'm still having headlights on. So now I know it's not my relay that's stuck closed. It is my switch that's actually energizing the relay. Now I don't have to worry about ground side on my ground side of the circuit on my control side of the relay, because now I have 14 volts. Now I know the circuitry is okay, but my problem lies in the switch itself. Let's just do this. So let's just do this again. So now this is on. It's pushed all the way back, all the way forward. And I turn it here, it should turn itself off, but it's still stuck in on position. Let's just do, now it's off. You can see now, and it's off here as well. So this just this switch is not working right. Now it's, there you go. Now it's, there you go. It is intermittent, but it happens quite often. And there you go. Now I'm in off position right now, but the lights are on, and again my relay is energized, which we know now we have a faulty switch that gets stuck in on position. So let's now push forward. That's on. Go back. Now it's off. Now it's working the way it should. On, off. There you go. It starts to. Okay. Got a bad switch. I'm gonna replace the switch and we'll test it. Okay, there's the old switch, and let's start it up. Let's just put this here. All right, let's Push forward to turn it on. On, off, on, off, on, off. Another flash. Before it told me. It works fine. On, off, on, off. Okay, that'll do. Okay guys, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.